out Proctor Rails versus I Falls. We played once earlier this season at the I Falls tournament when most of our team had the plague, so hopefully we're at full strength here today. Looks like Grabco will be starting out in the net for the Rails. Sorry, I'm going to adjust this a touch. We're going to start this out. We got Dunbar taking the face off. He is flanked by Tallarico and Welty. Nimmons and Burke on defense. Here we go. Burke over to the boards. Tallarico will pick it up, send it up along the boards to I Falls in the neutral zone. I Falls cross ice pass, broken up by Tallarico. Burke will send that up to Tallarico. Dunbar picks it up, moves it out to Welty. Welty will carry through the neutral zone. Shot from Welty, that's deflected up and over the net. Sent back behind the I Falls net by Dunbar. That's going to get past Welty. Nimmons will grab it and send it back behind the net. Dunbar to the far corner. I Falls sends it up the boards, cross ice pass, they get out in front of the Rails defenders, but the pass is out in front of their player. They're gonna pick it up, come in off the boards. Shot, center mass for Grabco. Not sure where the puck is, but looks like Grabco's got it covered up.
Nice job, G-Man!
Yes.
There's no service right there.
Line change brought out Johnson on the face-off there, where it looks like we've got Simonson and Dunbar as well, with Katerlik and Olsen on defense. Centering pass attempts there, broken up by Simonson. Simonson sends that cross ice. I Falls will head back towards the Rails net. Picked up there by Olsen. Olsen reverses course behind the Proctor net. And send it over to Simonson. Simonson cross ice up to Dunbar. Dunbar carries down to the far corner. Dunbar tries to center. Hits skate. Simonson will pick it up and try to center. It's broken up though by I Falls. They'll chip that into the Rails zone and line change. They got one player putting pressure on. Katerlik will send that around to Olsen. Olsen pressured. The puck is taken from him. Katerlik chips it back into traffic. It's going to hit the side of the net. Loose puck out front. That's sent wide of the net by I Falls. We got a penalty coming here as Olsen's stick is upended out of his hands. The penalty coming on I Falls, so Rails will have a one-man advantage for 1:30. Power play line here, we've got the Dunbar boys, Tallarico, Nimmons, and Welty. We got I Falls coach yelling at the refs already. All right. Never seen it change a ref's mind yet, but. Off the face-off, sent on it to the Rails end. Dunbar will get there. And actually, it's an icing, so. Head back down for a face-off in the I Falls zone. Dunbar's taking the face-off there, Cohen.
It's like a
Talarico chips it towards the net, picked up by I Falls. They're going to send that along the boards and clear the zone. Centering pass knocked over to the side by I Falls. Dunbar and Welty pressure. Center intercepted by Talarico. Talarico's going to send that up and out of the rails zone. Be turned over to I Falls. Again, rails on a power play here for another 50 seconds. Sent towards but wide in front of the net. It'll be picked up by Talarico. Talarico chips it along the boards. Dunbar grabs it. Dunbar back to Talarico. Talarico will carry down to the near corner. Talarico circles. He's going to drop it off to Welty. Welty up high to Dunbar. Dunbar shot from out near the blue line. Rebound. Poked away before Cohen could get a stick on it. I Falls will grab it, carry back behind their net. And they'll send that down for an icing here off of the boards. 17 seconds left in the I Falls penalty. Johnson on the face-off for Proctor. Falls able to pick it up, carry out of the zone. Push to the boards by Katerlich. I Falls loses control of the puck to the corner. Simonson grabs it. He is pressured. Simonson trying to regain control of the puck and chip it up the boards. He's looking for Radzak, but too much pressure there. Simonson will send it back the other direction for Katerlich. He is pressured right away. Sends it up ice, almost intercepted by I Falls. Simonson got a stick on it though. Radzak picked it up. But it's turned over to I Falls. Johnson's going to take it back. Johnson enters the zone. Johnson passes to Simonson. Simonson, a shot deflected by the goaltender. Johnson tips it up to Simonson. Oh, just wide behind the net, looked like. I Falls will dump that and chase it. They're going to get a stick on it before Olsen does, but he blocks it with his body. He's going to carry back the other direction. Up ice to Brzezinski, center ice. Brzezinski tries to get control of that. We'll chip it into the zone. Be sent back out of the zone. Rails need to get back on sides. We have a penalty coming here. Oh no, offside, sorry. Nope, it is a penalty on Johnson, it looks like. Johnson will go to the box. They may be cross-checking perhaps there. They had Brzezinski pinned against the boards and I think Johnson stepped in to help out. It's Dunbar taking the face off. They got 2 minutes on the clock for the penalty, which is what the delay is. They got to drop that down to 1:30. I'm gonna lower this too. Sorry for the bumpy ride. Just working to get the clock fixed on Johnson's penalty here. Should be 1:30. PK here will be Brzezinski, Nimmons, Dunbar, and I think Burke on the far side there. All right, penalty is fixed. Here we go. So Rails need to kill off 1:30 here. Dunbar grabs it off of the face-off. He's going to chip it up. Dunbar loses control of the puck down to the corner, chases though. I Falls is going to grab it and head back the other direction. Rails are on the kill here. Burke's going to send that down for an icing call. Shoot. Dunbar on the face-off again. Sent over to the boards, picked up by I Falls. They're gonna walk in and look to center. Poked away by Burke. High Falls gets in. Grabko makes the save. Nimmons is gonna pick it up, send it down ice for an icing call. And Talarico in the draw for Proctor. Sorry, we got a goalie gear malfunction. All good. 52 seconds left on Johnson's penalty. Talarico will scramble and take that away from the I Falls defender. Talarico's tripped. He's going to pull a penalty on I Falls there. Good hustle, Jimmy! Talarico forced a penalty there on I Falls number 11. I think he's one of their top goal scorers too, so we'll take that. Face-off will move down to the I Falls end. We've got 43 seconds left on Johnson's penalty and then a minute 30 for I Falls. I Falls will control off of the face-off. Cross-ice pass coming here. There it is. I Falls will pick up the loose puck center. Knocked away there by Katerlich. I Falls centers out front, hits traffic. Dunbar's going to send that down ice. We will have an icing coming on that, I believe. Nope, no icing. It was waved off. 15 seconds left before Rails are back at full strength. And that was offsides, I guess? We're going to head back down this way, so intentional offsides? I'm still not clear on that rule. If Ross is at home, he'd probably text me and clarify, but he's not. Talarico will draw. Welty chips that up to Dunbar. Sent back down towards the net, picked up by I Falls. Talarico makes some reverse course. I Falls will walk in, shot from top of the circle, saved by Grabko, and Katerlich will pick it up. He is stripped behind the net, however. Center knocked away by Dunbar. Rails are back at full strength. Just over 30 seconds left in the I Falls penalty. So short power play here for Rails. Dunbar centered there to Welty. Welty had a nice shot with a kick save by the goaltender. That's picked off but taken back by Johnson. Johnson fires. Glove save will deflect that up and out of the zone. Rails are in a line change here, so Burt coming out of the box will chip it up to Dunbar. It could have been scary otherwise. Welty moves over to the top of the circle. Drops it off to Johnson, who centers. No Rails can get a stick down. We're going to have a little bit of a breakaway here for I Falls. Knocked away. Burke manages to tie him up, so they lose control of the puck, and Grabko covers it up. That does put I Falls back at full strength, though, so 5-on-5 hockey. Cohen on the face-off, sends it to I Falls off the face-off. They'll get a shot right away, deflected to the side by Grabko. I Falls picks up the rebound, pressured behind the net by Nimmons. Another I Falls player steps in, they'll move it over to the corner. Radzak's going to take it away. Radzak chips it up the boards, he's looking for Dunbar. They're going to say that was held in. Taken away, though, by Burke in the corner. And Radzak tries to chip it up again. It'll be knocked down and held in by I Falls. Simonson will grab it. Simonson will clear the zone. He's going to chip that up ice looking for Radzak. Radzak gets a stick on that in the zone. Radzak and Dunbar behind the net working to try to center. Radzak being pressured heavily. He does get a center out there. Picked up by I Falls, though. Grabbed by Burke. Burke sends it on net with a save. I Falls will grab that rebound. I Falls has 3 players back on the rails. Burke is our only defender back. That's broken up, though, by Burke. He's going to get to the corner. Center. Nimmons will get it. Ooh, Nimmons almost tripped up there, but he gets the puck out of the zone, moves it up to Dunbar. Dunbar tries to get a stick on it. He passes it off to Radzak. Radzak moves it over to Simonson. All right, I Falls will pick it up along the near boards. Got Olsen and Kaderlich back on defense. It looks like they make the I Falls player send it wide there. Radzak will grab it in the corner. I Falls is going to come away with it though. They try to center up high. Johnson breaks it up. He's going to pick it up and carry out of the zone. I Falls will pick that off. They're working to get back on sides. They're going to head back the other direction. Radzak makes them lose control of the puck. Johnson will carry it through the neutral zone. Clears 2 players. He's going to pick the puck back up, send it along the far boards. Dunbar behind the net. I Falls will move it here to the near corner and up the boards. That one's going to get past the rails. Hustle by Kaderlich. He'll get there first, coming from the other defensive slot. Hands it off to Olsen. Olsen carries behind the rails net. He's going to work that along the boards up to Kaderlich, who looks to send it up and out of the zone. Johnson gets a stick on and knocks it down, which probably would have been icing otherwise. So not a bad call there. I Falls will move towards the rails net. They're going to get that one past Grabko. A shot from low and within the circle. And that'll get I Falls on the board for the first goal of the game. Apparently they brought the whole cheerleading squad. Are they ever not too loud? All of them. They're fine. They've been quiet till that. They're fine. Dunbar will take the face off here. They're down one is now. Welty going to carry up out of the zone along the far boards. He's taken off of his stick. He's fighting for it back. Dunbar picks it up as I Falls tries to move it to the other player. Talarico picks it up, gets another excellent shot. Kick saved by the goaltender. Dunbar looks to center and gets past Talarico. No other rails there. Welty over to the boards. It's going to be sent up high and sent back down low by Burke. Dunbar will get there first behind the I Falls net. He centers, hits some traffic out front. Talarico carries it back behind the net. Dunbar working to try to center. He hits. Look, passes to Burke. Burke whiffs on a one-timer there. Nimmons will pick it up, however, as it enters the rail zone. He's going to send it up high, but turn it over to I Falls as they were coming into the zone. I think that was offsides. They're going to catch that. Sent to the boards off the face-off. I Falls will chip that into the zone, but turn it over to Olsen. Olsen looks to clear it, turns it over to I Falls. Olsen up to Simonson along the near boards. He'll dump it off to Johnson. It'll be turned over to I Falls. They will dump that into the rail zone and chase. Olsen there first for Proctor. He'll send that. That one actually got past him there. He picks it back up though. Up to Fish. Fish will carry. Fish dumps that towards the net. Goaltender is going to glove that and hold on to it for a whistle. Johnson on the face-off sends it to the corner, picked up by I Falls. They try to move that up the boards. It'll be held in by Simonson. Simonson up to Johnson. That's going to bounce past him. Burke will get it, send it on net, hit some traffic, deflects wide of the net to the near corner, where I Falls will send that along the boards. Be held in over along the far boards by, sorry, I keep thinking that's Burke, but it's Kaderlich. My bad. That was Kaderlich on the shot there too. They're going to clear Kaderlich. Shot deflected by Grabko. I Falls is going to pick that rebound up. They try to center across. It's Kaderlich's stick. Fish sends that one up and out of play off of the boards. I Falls centering attempt broken up by Dunbar. He'll turn and send that cross ice to Radzak. Radzak will move that around the defender looking for Dunbar. Goes off the boards. I Falls is going to pick it up and take control. They're going to send it back the other direction. Broken up again by Radzak. I Falls will come away from the boards with it. They center. They'll lift that one up over Grabco for a second goal. It's all right, Kev. Keep working, bud. Let's go, Rails! No. Dunbar on the face-off for Proctor. He'll pick it up himself. And carry through an I Falls player. Move over to the far circle. He shoots, deflected by the goaltender. Rebound's picked up by I Falls. They're going to chip that up the boards. He held in by Burke with the body. Centering attempt by Dunbar behind him. Rails can't get there. Burke sends it on net. Loose puck out front. No Rails there to grab it. I Falls will pick up that rebound. Head back out of the zone. Nimmons pressured from both directions there. He's going to be stripped of the puck. Dunbar gets a stick on it, as does Radzak. Radzak will grab it. Center ice. He'll dump that to the corner. Dunbar will chase. Rails are going to grab a line change. Drop pass. Johnson out front of the net has a shot as I Falls turned it over. He's saved by the goaltender who Rails in a line change here, so loose puck out in front of the Rails bench will be picked up by I Falls. They try to center that. Broken up by Olsen. Johnson will pick it up in the corner. Johnson carries up ice. Johnson shot with a rebound out front. Gets a stick on his own rebound there. I Falls will grab it behind their net and send it up into the neutral zone. That gets past Katerlik. He turns and tries to send it back up ice, sort of whiffs on it, and I Falls is going to carry it into the Rails zone. They center. I want to get past Johnson. Be held in by I Falls. Shot wide of the net. I Falls will get to the far boards first. They center again. I Falls player gets a stick on it, deflects it wide in front of the net. Come on, B. That one is blocked out front by, I think Olsen got it in the skate. And we're going to have a whistle as Grabco gloves it. Good work, guys! Good line! It is intense. I'll give you that, Gracie. Ooh, that one is sent from the blue line and hits a deflection, so Grabco had to change direction there, and the puck hit the pipe and went wide to the corner. Sent down into the I Falls zone then. Simonson's going to chip that the other direction. There's no Rails over there. They'll send it up into the neutral zone. That gets past Katerlik. They waved an icing off. I think that should have been icing, but nobody touched it. But waved off. Dunbar will pick it up in the near corner here. He'll try to carry it the boards. He loses control of the puck. I Falls will send that towards the middle. They try to center, but send it to Nimmons. Nimmons whiffs on a clearance attempt there. He's sent back behind the Rails net. Katerlik is there. Katerlik whiffs on an attempt to send it along the boards. We got to make some connections here, boys. Sent back behind the Rails net. I Falls is there. There's no Rails in the area. Katerlik will chip it up to Talarico. Talarico is taken off of his stick as he tries to clear the defender. I Falls will drop that back towards, but wide of the net. They'll get there first. I Falls will drop that back to the far corner. Dunbar will pick it up. He sends it up high to the defender. Gets a shot off from under the blue line. Hits Nimmons' skate. Deflects to the corner. Picked up and centered by I Falls. Rails cannot get a stick on that to clear it out. Grabco will make another save. Dunbar behind the net. Centers up to Talarico. Talarico will carry out of the zone. He clears a defender. Come on, Jimmy. Shot by Talarico. Rebound out front. I Falls grabs it. Be held in by Brzezinski. Nimmons sends it down the boards. I Falls in the mix though, trying to send it back up and out. I Falls does have it. They're going to send it cross ice, and we'll have the end of the first period before anything can come of that. So after one, shots on goal. I Falls with 12, Proctor with 14. I Falls a 2-0 lead. All right, here we go. Start at 2. Cohen on the face-off. He is flanked by Johnson and Simonson. We have Katerlich and Olsen on defense. I Falls will carry into the rail zone. Picked away by Katerlich. Sends it up, and we'll get an offsides call on that. Looked like I Falls held it in, but I can't see the actual puck, so it must have been just outside of the zone. Let's go, Rails! Sent back to the I Falls defender off of the face-off. They will dump that into the rail zone. Olsen gets there for Proctor. He's going to chip it up to Katerlich. Katerlich was looking for Dunbar, but intercepted by I Falls. Dunbar picks it up. He carries over the blue line. Offsides call, looks like. Simonson must have gotten into the zone before Cohen. Let's go, Rails! I did not change a clock. I'm sorry. I will get that fixed here at the next break. I Falls sends that cross ice pressure by Dunbar. Come on, Blake, get there. Simonson almost got a stick on that to hold it into the zone. I Falls is going to pick it up, and Olsen tried to step up to keep that in the zone. So they get past him. They get a shot off. Grabko makes the save. That one's going to be sent towards the rails net. Hits some traffic out front. Olsen to the corner. He centers right out front. That goes off Katerlich's skate. So I Falls will go up by 3 here off of a whiffed clearance attempt by the rails.
Scoring for International Falls, number 11, Rachel Baldwin. Number 7.
Picked off the boards by Dunbar, moved up to Welty. Welty looks to center to Tallarico. It hits the stick. Loose puck out front. Come on, that one's going to get into the neutral zone. Rails get back on sides, but they turn it over to I Falls. Talrico will dump that behind the rails net. I Falls looks to center. We're going to have a penalty coming here on the rails for slashing. Knocked the I Falls stick out of their hand. Same thing that they were called for in our corner here. So that is going to be Welty going. 1:30 for slashing to put the rails down one man. Let's go, Rails! PK here, we've got Brzezinski, Radzak, Burke. And Nimmons. Brzezinski gets a stick on that, clears the zone. Gabby! Sent cross ice here by I Falls. They're gonna regroup, look to re-enter the zone. They'll dump that to the corner and chase. Radzak there first for the rails, but I Falls beats him there. Radzak gets a stick in that one and breaks it up. Let's go, Rails! I Falls centers, broken up by Radzak, but I Falls picks it up, and they will sink that past Grabko to go up by 4. Falls will come away from the face-off with that. He's sent behind the rails net. Olsen will get there. Olsen drops it back for Katerlik, almost picked off by I Falls. They're going to take it off Olsen's stick. Katerlik up the boards looking for Fish. That gets past him. Dunbar's going to grab it. Dunbar will have a breakaway here. Dunbar and Johnson. Dunbar moves across to Johnson. Johnson gets a shot just a touch too low. Goaltender deflects it over to the corner, picked up by Dunbar. It's taken off of his stick though by I Falls. Fish will get in the way of that one as I Falls tries to clear. That one will be sent past Olsen. There should be an icing here off of the boards down into the rail zone, and it is. Good hustle, Rails! Good luck, Seeger! Dunbar will take the face-off for Proctor. Johnson tries to body it across away from the boards. I Falls will take it over. They're going to chip that past Olsen. Katerlik dropped over to the other side there to pick up coverage for Olsen, and I Falls moved it back to Katerlik's side. So that one will be an offsides there. I know that one. Good coverage assist there by the Rails D. Katerlik and Olsen swapped out with Nimmons and Burke. Dunbar will take the face-off again. Burke carries. Burke tries to clear and turns the puck over. Chipped up into the neutral zone. Burke got a stick in that one. I Falls will pick it back up. They move towards the net, carry around. Center knocked away by the rails. Defender lobs it towards Grabko. He's going to cover that one up and hold on to it. Nimmons will control off of the face-off. Tries to send that along the boards, hits the ref's skate, so I Falls will pick it up. Chipped ahead there by Welty. Or sorry, Simonson. Over to Radzak. Radzak will lob that on net, deflected to the corner by the goaltender. Nimmons tries to send that across to his defensive partner, sends it out of the zone, however. Center, drop pass attempt there, broken up by Nimmons. I Falls will pick it right back up though. Grabco comes up big there. They had to try to catch a highlight on that. I Falls had an undefended player off to Grabco's glove side. They sent the puck right to him. Grabco read that, picked it up for the save. Right there, nice save, Gav. Dunbar on the face-off. Simonson will pick it up. Or sorry, Welty. Boy, I cannot tell those gentlemen apart today for some reason. Sent over to the boards, picked up by Dunbar. Dunbar's shot, that's deflected up and not up and out of play, but nope, dropped down. They're gonna clear Katerlik here along the boards. Dunbar will pick it back up though. He moves it cross ice to Olsen. Olsen's looking back for Dunbar, broken up by I Falls. Brzezinski will send that back up along the boards. Pressure there by Dunbar as he tries to take it off the I Falls stick. Katerlik tried to hold that in, and we'll have an offsides call on the rails. Johnson face off. Johnson will carry that into the zone. Talrico tries to get control of the puck. I Falls is going to send that up and out. It's going to be wide of the net for an I Falls icing. Let's go Rails! I'm trying to use my teacher voice. It doesn't work very well. Johnson on the face-off. Puck sent along the boards. Fish will chip that behind the I Falls net. Olsen gets there for Proctor. Send that back to Fish right off to the side of the net. Fish looks to center, knocked away by I Falls. I Falls with the 3-on-1. Shot deflected by Grabco. I Falls comes in, knocks it down to Katerlik's feet. Centering attempt there, caught up in some skates. I Falls will, oh shoot, they got a goal there. I Falls moved that kind of on a whiff shot. Grabco read it, he was just going the wrong direction. Keep working, Gav! Dunbar picks it up off of the face-off. He's going to carry to the corner. He looks to center. Intercepted by Falls in front of the net. We're going to chip that one past, I think that's Nimmons. Can't tell. Sorry. Falls will send that one up and out of the zone. Dunbar got a stick on that, knocked it down, so no icing call. He's going to reverse course, chips it up to Radzak. Radzak up to Dunbar. Dunbar will carry into the circle, try to retain control of the puck. Sends it wide of the net. I Falls will send that back up and out of the zone. It's out of Nimmons' reach. Nimmons is going to reverse course behind the net. Rails are all covered there now. Move it up to Dunbar. Dunbar looks cross ice to his brother. That's intercepted by I Falls though. Oh, that one gets past Burke along the boards. He's going to pick it up though, send it up to Radzak cross ice. Radzak will carry into the zone. Chips it over to Dunbar. Dunbar runs into an I Falls player. There's a penalty coming. I'm not quite sure what for, frankly. It's going to be on the rails actually. Because I Falls has the puck and there's no whistle, so I'm not sure what they're calling him for. They're calling Radzak for something, I think.
Working green, here we go, boys.
Get moving!
Calling Radzak on a slash, I guess. I didn't see that, but. So Rails at a one-man disadvantage here for 1:30 as Radzak goes to the box. My Falls player right in the crease, right in front of Grabko. Knocked away. Simonson has it. He gets it up out of the zone, but does turn it over to I Falls. Walty lost an edge there. I Falls look to center. It gets past their players. They'll move it up high to the defenseman. Oh, Rails. Simonson got a stick on that, as did an I Falls player. They deflected up and over the net. I Falls will move it back up to the defenseman. Deflection by Grabko there. That one hits traffic up front. It's knocked down. Hits the side of the net. Grabko had a ton of traffic in front of him there. That one totally screened. And they're going to find the low corner. He had Olsen and an I Falls player right in front of him. Never saw it coming. Keep working, Gavin! Dunbar will send that behind the rails net. Sent towards the net. Grabko's going to knock that one away. Shot from point blank on Grabko, undefended. He's going to make that save. Good job, Gav! Burke snags that as it heads towards Rails net. He's going to send that over the boards to Nimmons, poked off of Radzak's stick. I Falls. Another shot, another save by Grabko. Good job, Gav!
Here we go, Green!
Like Cohen on the face-off. I Falls will take a big shot right off of the face-off, hit their player and deflect. That one dies in the corner. Fish is going to pick it up. He sends it up, intercepted by I Falls before it crosses the blue line. Dunbar gets a stick on that, sends it back to the corner. Nimmons will come away with it, turns it over to I Falls in the circle. Nimmons will chip that up the boards, be held in by I Falls. They get a shot. Almost hits traffic out front, but doesn't, so it's wide of the net. Intercepted there by Fish. Uh-oh, Radzak's down. Fish has the puck taken from him as he's about to cross the blue line, but draws a penalty here. They're going to call I Falls there. So face-off will be in the I Falls end. Not in here. Johnson's going to take that face-off. Rails with the one-man advantage. We've got Johnson, Simonson, Radzak, Talarico and Dunbar on defense. Falls gonna look cross ice here. Poked away by Talarico. He's gonna head back the other direction. Talarico will dump it to the corner. Rails are on the power play here, but we look like we're killing it off. Talarico knocks that one down. Simonson tries to send it on net. It's gonna hit some traffic, be picked up by an I Falls player, drop back down, sent to the boards. Come cross ice. I Falls walks in, shoots unchallenged from the circle, deflected by Grabko. They're gonna pick up the rebound, send it down to the corner up high, unchallenged again. Grabko makes the first save, and I Falls will sink the second shot. Let's go, guys! Help them out! Gavin, keep working, buddy! So that was a shorthanded goal for I Falls. There's still 37 seconds left on the Rails power play here. Brzezinski's going to take the face-off. He is flanked by Fish and Welty. Got Katerlik and Olsen in the defense positions. Katerlik will send it across to Olsen. Olsen will carry. Olsen shot from top of the circle, deflected to the corner by the goaltender. Olsen tries to center that. It's going to catch up on the back of the net there. "18 seconds left on the power play for the Rails. Brzezinski draws. Fish will chip that over to Katerlik. Katerlik will chip it down to the corner. I Falls is going to send that up and out of the zone. Brzezinski gets a stick on it. He's going to carry over the blue line. Shot from Brzezinski hits traffic. I Falls has a player coming out of the penalty box. Grabko will send it over to the corner for Olsen. Olsen stripped, centering attempt. They get a shot off, deflected by Grabko. That one shot wide of the net. I Falls is beating the Rails to most of the pucks here. And I Falls unchallenged. Will sink one past Grabko. Just for reference, the last time we played them, I want to say we lost 8-1 or 2, and we had half our team sick. Picked off there by Dunbar. Dunbar looks to drop it off. Miscommunication, maybe. We turned over to I Falls. Nimmons gets a stick in that, sends it over to the boards. Nimmons will send it up. He's looking for Dunbar to get past him, but picked up by Burke. Burke will carry, hands it off to Dunbar. Dunbar loses control, moving towards the net. Looks to center, hits traffic. Dunbar gets there for the Rails. I Falls will come away with it, however. They're going to move that up into center ice. Cohen gets a stick on that one, deflects it. Nimmons will send it up the boards. Dunbar gets a stick on that, sends it up ice. I Falls does control. Falls will move around Nimmons, send that across the crease. Back the other direction. I Falls is going to get there first again. Burke's going to take it away, however. He'll chip that around the I Falls player over to the far corner. Nimmons looks up ice for Dunbar, intercepted by I Falls. Radzak will pick it up. Radzak drops it over to Dunbar. Dunbar stripped of the puck. Sent back up high. Radzak fighting to try to get a stick on it. His stick is held up by I Falls. Be held in out there by Nimmons. Nimmons gets a shot. It's high over the net. I Falls will pick up the rebound and send it up the boards. Johnson in. Michael. We'll call him Misha. Dunbar in the corner. Looks to center to Johnson. Johnson, the backhand towards the net, hits the side. Johnson pressures, takes the puck back. Get out in front of the net, Rails. Let's go. Dunbar passes it over to I Falls. Burke's gonna grab it. It's taken off of his stick. Dunbar and Burke go down. I Falls on a breakaway. They're gonna move past. Grabko makes an excellent save. Kick save for Grabko on a deke attempt there. Johnson chips it up and out of the zone. Sorry. Snuck away from me there. Johnson will take the face-off. He's got Talarico and Brzezinski. Johnson will pick it up off of the face-off and clears an I Falls player. Shot from center of the circle. Wide of the net. Deflected to the corner. Picked up by I Falls. Come on, Bennett. Centering attempt there broken up by Talarico as he moves towards the Rails net. He'll send that along the boards. That will be the end of 2. We are going to have an icing break here, which is sorely needed. We'll be back in about 15. Sorry, shots on goal I should give you after 2. I Falls with 27, Proctor 20. Oh, it is running time. That's right. Johnson on the face-off, sends it over to the boards. One will be knocked up and out of play by, I believe, Nimmons' stick. Along the boards by Olsen. He's going to chase that. And it will be an icing call. Sorry, my inclination is to pause the time. It's out of habit, but I'll try to make sure I'm watching that. We are in running time. Johnson taking the face off for Proctor. He's sent along the boards. Burke got a stick in that. Johnson's stick is held up there. Welty carries along the near boards. Welty drop pass, turns it over to I Falls. Burke will get there. Burke carries in front of the rails net. Across to Johnson. Johnson to Welty. Welty gets a shot. Poked wide of the net. Falls will grab that. Head towards the rails net. Poked away by Tallarico. Dunbar to the corner. His stick is tied up. Simonson will step in, carry away from the corner. He's looking for Tallarico. It's ahead of him, however. Tallarico gets a stick in that, knocks it down. Simonson picks it up, moves over to Dunbar. Dunbar drop pass to Tallarico. Close to offsides there. Tallarico comes away from the corner with it. It's poked back to the corner by I Falls. I Falls up the boards. That's going to get past the rails. I don't think that's going to have enough on it for an icing call. Grabco will grab it. Dunbar loses control of the puck here, turns it over to I Falls. They're going to center. Grabco will make a save there. Dunbar picks it up, head back to the other direction. Chips it up to Simonson. Simonson will carry in, shot from the circle, that's high over the net. Cross ice by I Falls. Katerlik drops it off to Dunbar. He's going to chip it out into the neutral zone to I Falls. I Falls will send that towards the corner, picked up by Dunbar. Dunbar will carry along the far boards. Moves it cross ice. We'll have an offsides call. Oops, yeah, stop the clock again. Yikes. Line change will bring out Brzezinski, Fish, Burke, Radzak, and Nimmons. Burke will get there in the corner, carries behind the net, chips it around to I Falls player, picked up by Fish. Fish turns it over to I Falls as he pulls it off of the boards. He sent cross ice. Centering attempt there, broken up by Burke. Burke gets a stick on that, strips it. Burke will carry up the center of the ice. Taking off his stick, he grabs it back. Burke centers, hits a skate out front. I Falls is going to grab it and head back the other direction. I Falls has passed all the defensemen. They enter the crease there, that gets sent wide of the net. Center, Grabco is going to cover that one up. Hey! I'm replaying that one. Tomahawk chop against I Falls player at Nimmons there. Nimmons is set right out in front of the net there. You watch this. push the kid away and he turns and swings. So. They're going to actually take both of them for that. So we'll remain 5 on 5. Oh, they did, sorry, I'm off. They did stop the clock for that. Now it started again. I'm not quite sure what the rules are when we do what, but I'll try to catch back up. There's Brzezinski on the face-off. Sent over to the boards. Chipped up by Kaderlik. Be sent back behind the rails net. Picked up by Dunbar. Dunbar loses control behind the net. Centered out front. Defenseman sends it towards Grabko. Beautiful glove save. Job, Gav! Should be fun. Johnson over to Dunbar off of the faceoff. Dunbar tries to chip it past High Falls player. Picks it up. He sends it up to Olsen. Olsen looking cross ice for Dunbar. It's in front of him, however. Olsen bodies through. But High Falls will retain control of the puck. Carried behind the rails net. Up high to the defender. Shot. That hits the pipe. Oh, the net's off. I was like, I don't know why we were blowing the whistle for that, but. High Falls controls off of the face-off, sent towards the net, hits traffic, deflected wide of the net. Welty gets there first, but pressured and the puck is taken from him. Talrico, he's pinned against the boards. High Falls comes away with the puck. Welty will body them off of the puck. It's going to be picked up by Burke. He tries to carry out. Johnson will grab it. They're going to call a hand pass. Johnson grabbed it, dropped it down. The penalty is over. We're still 5 on 5. Looks like next weekend. Awesome. At night. I'm saying at night, man. You get an hour a day, right? Deflected by Grabko, the blocker. I want to be sent into traffic out front. Grabko makes the save, however. Job, Gav! Johnson off the face-off, sent to the boards, chipped around the High Falls player by Burke. They'll pick it up in the neutral zone. Pressure by Olsen. He's sent towards but wide of the rails net. Center, out front, off of Grabko's pad. Johnson's going to grab it and head back the other direction. Is picked up by Burke in the neutral zone. I guess we have a penalty coming on Johnson. I'm sure this is too late to catch anything. I didn't see, I saw them against the boards, but I didn't see anything from Johnson specifically that, right at the end of it. So 5 on 4 hockey. Shot from the top of the circle, that's wide of the net. High Falls will send it back to the far corner. Whiff on the attempt to send it back up high. Second attempt is successful. Shot from the defenseman, rebound. Grabko gave up a rebound there. High Falls is going to pick that up and sink it. hat on the ice is necessary for a hat trick in a 10-0 game, but all right. That's how we'll roll. I'm a few seconds off on the clock. I'll try to catch it back up. But nice save by Grabko there. Loose puck still. Fish will take that off the eyefall stick. Defenseman grabs it. He's going to send that towards the net, and that's going to get past Grabko. He had a bunch of traffic in front of him. Got Brzezinski, Radzak, Fish, Nimmons, and Burke on the ice right now. Knocked down by Brzezinski, center ice. He's going to chip that into the zone. Pressure by Fish. Brzezinski intercepts it. Brzezinski shot hits Radzak in the back. Center attempt set wide of the net. That one hits Brzezinski right in the foot. I'm pretty sure. It's not our day, man. Center across the crease, no connection there. Dunbar will poke that past the Falls player. Dunbar comes away from the boards with it. Dunbar will carry on his own. Drills are line changing and a couple are standing back here, so nobody with him there. He carries it over the boards, tips it back to Burke. He turned over to I Falls. They're going to get past Nimmons on a breakaway. Center attempt, no connection there. Olsen grabs it from the boards, chips it sent across to Welty. Welty pressured. Ooh, Welty taken down. They're going to take I Falls on a penalty for that. Cohen just hit him on the back for it. I don't know if he lost an edge or if they took him down, but calling I think a boarding or cross-checking penalty on that. There's just over 50 seconds left here. Still a touch off on the clock. That one will drop down off the boards behind Katerlik. Dunbar will push him to the corner. He's going to head back the other direction. See if we can sink one here before game's over. Dunbar looks to pass to Olsen. It's knocked away by I Falls. Dunbar's going to hold that one in as he loses an edge against the boards. Looking to move that up to Simonson. It's broken up, Welty. Broken up by I Falls. They're going to head back the other direction. They lose control of the puck to the corner. Clearance attempt. Dunbar gets a stick on that. Clearance attempt. That's off Welty's skate. Grabko is going to cover it up for a whistle. That'll be the end of the game here. So Rails will play Duluth East tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. It's a double elimination tournament, so winner of that will move on in the consolation side. Looking